Greetings everyone, this is Manisha. I welcome you all in my second introductive video of chess. In this video, I'm going to teach you about the special moves of pawns, special moves of king, and the moves of knight. Knights. There are two knights on each side. Knight move in L shape. L shape means it moves two steps in one direction and one step left or right of that direction. Now suppose we have a knight on d4. The range of the knight will be f3. How f3? This is 1, 2. It can move here or it can move here f5. The knight was on d4. You can move it in any direction, but two steps on one side and one step left or right of that side. For example, just now I shown you 1, 2. Now moving in this direction, right or left, this or this, one step here or one step here. This is how knight is going to move. The range of this knight will be f3, f5, e6, c6, b5, b3, c2 and e2. Each side it can move two steps, one step left or right of that direction. One more unique thing about this knight is, suppose you have another piece, like you have a bishop. Now the range of this bishop is from h1 to a8, h5 to d1, right? Now you can keep this bishop anywhere in between, but it is not such with the knight. Knight will move its full step, like just now I told you, it moves in L-shaped movement. So that L-shaped movement will have to be completed. Like suppose you want to move it this way, right? So 1, 2, here or here. You cannot keep it here only. You have to complete those steps, 1, 2 and the third step left or right of that direction. Cannot stop in between the range. There is one more unique feature of knight, that it can jump over the pieces. It may be of same color, it may be of the other color. Like suppose in this situation, if knight has to move, knight can move in any direction, right? But if you want to move it in this direction, then knight can move it in this direction because it can jump over the other pieces. Suppose you want to move this knight in this direction, so it can jump over this, 1, 2, you can keep it here or you can capture this bishop. One more time. Knight can jump over the pieces if the other side also, I can give you example of the other side as well. Like suppose if you want to move it in this direction and you have this rook here, so it will not stop on rook. It will jump over the rook and will complete its move either left side or right side of this direction. Capturing by the knight. Capturing by the knight will be done on destination square only. It cannot capture this pawn. It cannot capture this rook, but it can capture this bishop. It can capture this bishop, or it can capture this pawn. This here, it can capture this pawn because it completes 1, 2 and left or right of that square. This special move of king is called castling. There are some conditions which needs to be fulfilled before you can go for this. The castling is done between rook and the king. The conditions are, number 1, your king should not have moved. Number 2, your rook with which you want to do the castling should not have moved. Number 3, king should not be in check position. Number 4, after castling, the destination square of the king should not be under attack. Now, how the castling is done. As in my previous video, I have told you that your king is placed in E column and your queen is placed in D column. So from A to D, it is called queen side, and from E to H, it's called king side. So both the sides you can do the castling. How it is done? After fulfilling the conditions that I've just explained, if all the conditions are fulfilled, then you can move your king towards the side you want to do the castling 2 steps, 1 and 2, and this rook can be placed in front of king. I can show you once again. King will move 2 steps towards the rook and rook will be placed in front of the king. This is how castling is done. The same way it is done queen side also. 2 steps towards the rook and rook will come in front of the king. This is how castling is done. The special move of the pawn is called enpassment. Enpassment is done if you are playing with black and your black pawn is in 4th row. Right? Now black pawn is in 4th row and white pawn is moved 2 steps. Now your pawns are side by side. You can capture this pawn by placing your black pawn on diagonal location and white pawn can be captured. Once again I am showing you. If you are in 4th row, you are playing with black, you are in 4th row, opponent moves 2 steps and your pawns are side by side, you can capture this pawn by putting your black pawn on diagonal position and white pawn will be out of the game. Enpassment with the white pawn can be done if your white pawn is in 5th row. Now if black pawn moves 2 steps and your pawns are side by side, you can put this white pawn on diagonal position and this black pawn can be captured. Pawns are considered weakest piece in the chessboard, but it is not such. If your pawn successfully reaches the last row of the opponent side, then pawn can be promoted. Now this pawn is in 2nd row. It is a black pawn. It is in the 2nd row. If the player who's playing with black pushes it to the 1st row, then this pawn can be promoted. Now black player may convert this pawn into any piece, any higher piece except king. Black pawn can be promoted as a rook, a knight, a bishop or a queen. So if all the pawns reaches to the last row of the opponent, then you can have 9 queens in the game. That's all for this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video and learned these special moves. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe and be happy.